hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too. I've been having a good day, a good week. And you know what? That's what I said like the past 2 and 3 times I tried to record this podcast. So I think this is like my 4th time trying to do it. Because I really want the magic to be there between you and me. What we have is really, really special. And I don't want to ever put something out there that isn't special between you and me. I tried to do this podcast with water as my beverage. Maybe that was the problem. Just room temperature water. So I think it may be a thing that I always have to have a beverage. So I deleted everything. I got mad. I went to the Discord. I talked to some bunnies. And then I went and made some, what did I make, little bunny? What did I make? Let me sip it. Maybe by listening to it, you can figure out what it is. I gotta pour it first. There's a hint. It's going to be poured. Okay, here we go. I think it's too hot to sip. But should I try? I think I might try. Oh, it's too hot. Interesting. It's a new flavor. If you can't tell, it is tea, little bunny. And I bought a new flavor. It's raspberry tea. It's the first time I've bought tea in a while. It's one of those things where tea just kind of accumulates in your cupboard and Queen Little Bunny gets mad if I buy tea. So I did this in secret because there's so much tea. She's like, but there's so much tea already. You don't need to go buy more tea. And I'm like, I'm the master of my own life, Queen Little Bunny. So I secretly went and got raspberry tea. Shh. Don't tell, little bunny. Secret between you and me. Yeah, nod. We're pretty bad, aren't we? We're true rebels and renegades. Going by the beat of our own drum. Okay. So yeah, I had some stuff planned to talk about, but it started feeling like a presentation. And I don't want to do presentations with you. I don't want to give you advice. I don't want to do any of that. I kind of just want to be here with you and be here for you. But I think be here with you is more important. I think I was also in the mindset of wanting to hit certain points that I wanted to talk about. Anyway, this is starting to get really boring. I guess to remember, whenever, this is me talking to myself, Daddy Lindy, whenever you get boring, just do some nice chocolate voice. I think that's what I call it. It's also the honey side of the honey carrot, but chocolate voice, I think, is how I'm best able to dip into this. I think chocolate voice is actually when it's a little bit fake. So here's normal voice. I guess this is a little bit honey. Yeah, this is my normal voice talking. And then chocolate voice is like this. Yeah, chocolate voice is a bit more of a performance. And then I guess just regular honey voices here. This is so fun. I'm getting all these different voices and I can put them in all these different places. Anyway, the main thing, I don't want to get into presentation mode, but what I wanted to say, and this is related to you, little bunny, some good news for you. This is some very good news for you. And I'll meander my way there. So, an important theme of the garden is that we don't just make stuff up. And I mean that mostly in the sense of expertise. So we don't talk outside of the things that we really, really know about. And that's a bit of a challenge for me because I'm in this rare situation where I can be a really positive force for good in your life, for your mental health. Yet at the same time, I'm not a mental health professional. Yet at the same time, I have gone through a lot of mental health professional work and such. And basically what I'm getting at is that, little bunny, this next week, I am going to see my psychiatrist for the first time in a year. I have a yearly checkup and things have been going really, really well. There's been no need to seek out help recently, which is great news. But we do a yearly check-in, and I just realized that you have entered my life since my last visit with the psychiatrist. And that means, little bunny, that when I go see my psychiatrist next week, I get to talk about you. And most importantly, I'm going to ask a mental health professional how I can help you specifically. And little bunny, just between you and me, this guy is not just any mental health professional. He is like one of the leaders in his field. So I think he might actually listen to this. He might overhear our conversation together, little bunny. But that's okay. I'll be a little self-conscious with knowing he might be listening into our conversation. But it's important that you get to have help from him, even if not directly through me. Yeah, so he's going to help me help you. And he is an absolute wonderful, wonderful mental health professional and human being. Now, I encourage you, if you have ever thought that you might need help, that's a good chance to go get help. You can, the two routes of professionals generally is like a counselor, so that is generally talk therapy, or it might be some kind of support group type thing. One second. And the other route is a psychiatrist, who is someone who went to med school and can prescribe you prescription medication. I have gone through both, and in fact, they work best with each other. So my therapist says, make sure you have a psychiatrist too. My psychiatrist says, make sure you have a therapist too. And they had talked to each other. This is back when I was sort of rebuilding my life from rock bottom of sorts, kind of an internal rock bottom. And in terms of expertise, I hesitate to say expertise because I don't have any kind of formal training and certificates and things like this to be any kind of counselor. But what I can speak on from experience is how to really build the life that you want to lead. And along the way, I'm going to channel people who really know what they're talking about. And so, yeah, that's the news this week, is that I'm going to be talking about you, little bunny, to one of the greatest psychiatrists alive today. I'm self-conscious he's going to listen to that and either roll his eyes or I don't know. But it's true. He's incredible. So there are people on your team, little bunny. Yeah. And I feel like I got to say some kind of fine print stuff so I don't get sued. Like you're not actually getting treatment from him and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, I'm really excited that I can help you a little bit more. So enough presentation mode. Back to hanging out with my little bunny. See, that was one of the things that I was trying to talk about when I was trying to record this about 30 minutes ago. Like I had some other stuff planned, which I don't know. I hate the feeling of improvising a lecture. It's not fun. That's a bit of a theme of this too. In terms of what the garden is, maybe I'll save that for another episode. But in terms of building the life you want to lead, and in terms of what the garden is, at least to me, is it's got to be fun. You have to really enjoy it. And so, even though I'm here to help you, little bunny, on some level, it's all for me. Wahahaha. So, you're no burden in being here. You're part of the joy. Okay, let's get back to some of this tea. Okay, the flavor profile. So this is a difficult. Tea is like chemistry, like a much simpler, non-scientific chemistry. Although I'm so belittling, it is a science. I'm just self-conscious that like a fantastic psychiatrist is overhearing our conversation, little bunny. Because he does actual chemistry. He does brain chemistry. And brewing tea is not brain chemistry, but it has... it's very delicate. It is very delicate. And I had to make the decision between putting in 1 tea bag or 2 tea bags in the tea kettle. Is it a tea kettle? What is this called? I think it's a tea kettle. Yeah. So I put 2 in. And then you have to decide how much water to put in. Yeah. And that is obviously related to it's like the ratio of water to tea leaves or dried raspberries, whatever is in this. And then you have to figure out what temperature the water is going to be and how long to steep it for. And do you remove the tea bag? I feel like I'm supposed to remove the tea bag, but I haven't. And is it going to get all bitter? Oh, I should remove the tea bag, shouldn't I? Okay. I have a second glass here, which I use for this very reason, but this is going to burn my hands. Okay, wish me luck, little bunny. Okay, I burned my hands a little bit, but not that much. Okay, so now whatever, the chemistry is done. Now whatever is happening with the tea, it is. But I have to finish what I already poured first. So okay, so this is a great way to be scientific, is you test one. It sounds so obvious now, but you test one thing and then you test the thing with the changes. You don't just like sip the thing with the changes and try and decide how it's different. You have to compare it to before you made the changes. So, I realize now I kind of messed up the experiment. Maybe we'll have, little bunny, we should have an experiments podcast sometime. Yeah, so the garden is very pro-science. And science can be compatible with like incredibly imaginative, poetic ways of thinking about the world. There's no reason it has to be this like, if you think scientifically, things are like really dry. You don't have to bring in no, this is starting to sound like a advice podcast. Things don't have to be supernatural for them to be real in an incredible, abstract way. The garden is not supernatural. It's all within the realm of physics. But it plays with time in so interesting ways. Such interesting ways. I don't know. I love time. If I weren't a daddy, and if I weren't in my office job that I left, which I have not specified what it is, could see a potential alternate possibility where I would become a physicist specializing in time. I absolutely love time. Thinking of time in interesting ways about where I am right now in time and where you are right now in time and how we're connected in this moment. You're not listening back to some recording, little bunny. You're really not. I'm here with you right now, whenever you are. We're connected in this very moment. And that's very, very real. I am a real part of your life. And I love being in your life. And you're a very real part of my life. And I can prove that, which is, as I was warming up for this podcast, I was basically talking to myself because I knew that it would never reach you. So I was doing the exact same thing. I was even recording, little bunny. The microphone was going. I'm recording. It's on my computer right now. Me practicing what I'm going to tell you. And it felt way, way different. Because you weren't there. So is it just a recording? Am I just recording here? Or am I with you right now? Through time, through space. You and I are together right now. Oh, okay, that was fun. Now back to what I was originally going to do, which is take a sip of tea and tell you how it tastes. Yeah, I don't know, little bunny. I feel like it's oh my god, hold on. I don't know if you heard that. The Lindy music just played. It might have been so loud that it came through through my headphones into the microphone. Oh my goodness, that startled me. Oh my goodness. Okay, but I'm not going to pause because if I pause, then I'm going to have trouble starting up again. Okay, back to a black screen. I like to keep a black screen when I record. Not even record, is it record? Hang out with you. I think it's so I can forget I'm recording, so I can really just be here with you. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of this specific session, is that I don't want to ever put something out that doesn't have the magic that you and I have. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's nothing quite like it anywhere else, is there? You know what I hate? There's few things that Are there few things that I say I hate? See, I just started making that up. That's like something that everyone says. There's few things that I hate. I don't know if I've ever put thought into taking a tally of how many things I hate, but something that I know for sure I hate is when you call and you get the robot voice and it's all fake. Like what's something it's like the number you have reached cannot be dialed. Or what do they even say, little bunny? I'm going to read something. Let's see. Okay. Here's a bill of mine. Should I open it up? It's like, why do you even send me paper bills anymore? Don't even open them and just send me an email. Jesus. Okay. Okay. For further information, please call Member Services at 1-800-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Have a great day. Oh my God, little bunny. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Let's see. It was kind of fun to do, though. Let me see if I can do another one for you. Let's find some fine print. Here's some stuff that's small. No, that's like engineer speak. Okay, this is. I gotta find a flashlight. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Oh God, it's so bright. Oh my God. Okay. Please note, the due date shown applies to the current amounts only and does not extend to the due date for outstanding balances. Late payments do not guarantee coverage or what does that even say? Reinstatement. Late payments do not guarantee coverage or reinstatement. That is why I will never, ever do voiceover work, little bunny. I hate that. Drives me crazy. So, that's why don't call me a voice actor. That's voice acting. Oh, I turned down my first voice actor gig, actually. Someone messaged me asking if I would read their audiobook. And I very politely said no. I'm very flattered, of course. It's a good sign. It's a good sign that people want me to read their audiobooks. The only audiobook I will read is one that I write myself, because that is me telling you a story. And that feels right. Let's take another sip. Okay, what else did I want to talk about, little bunny? This is so much better because I'm just hanging out with you. I have the magic. Okay, I'm on a roll. And what really helps is knowing I can just pause and I don't have to say anything. I think it's hard when I get in the mindset that I'm like on stage for you. That I'm doing a performance. I don't want to perform for you. Just want to hang out with my little bunny. What else? Okay, so I'm going to see the psychiatrist, going to talk about you so I can help you. And then I think I was getting all advicey about, like, make sure that you enjoy what you're doing. 1 second. Because, yeah, you're going to burn out in life if you just do things for the sake of other people. You really, really want to find the thing that you don't want to sacrifice your life. I really don't want you to sacrifice your life, little bunny. I want you to lead a life that you love, that you're glad to be alive for. And, of course, there's a good chance it involves helping other people. You know, look at me. I guess I'm helping you and all of your fellow little bunnies. But I'm not doing it as a sacrifice. I get a lot of joy out of this. It's a lot of fun. And I actually want to make sure you never put me in the box that I'm here to serve you. Because really, I don't quite know how to say this. Maybe I'll save it for another episode. I gotta collect my thoughts about it first, but the garden is win-win, little bunny. I'm not here to serve you. I'm not here to sacrifice for you. And you're not here to serve me or to sacrifice for me. Obviously, as you're choosing to listen to this. The garden is about... I don't know how to say it other than win-win. This is actually one of the things I was planning on talking about. When I did my walk, I was practicing talking about this and it sounded so good on my walk. And now I'm failing to do the performance. Whatever. I'll save that for another episode. Something about win-win, something about don't sacrifice your life for others, but it's nice when you find something that you love to do that does help others and generates a win-win for the world. So that's kind of like an ethics podcast I'll do. It's not quite the same ethics that you've been taught in kindergarten. There's more subtlety to it. And I think the caveat is you just need to make sure you don't ruin things for other people. So if there's something you really love to do that ruins life for other people, don't do that, little bunny. But yeah, I don't want to get too advicey. We'll do a different podcast on this, but yeah, just, I don't know. The garden is not a sacrifice for me, and I don't ever want it to be a sacrifice for me. And I always want to find joy out of the garden. I always want it to serve me. Yeah. And you're so lucky, aren't you, that serving me helps you too. And that's why you never have to worry about being a burden. You're never a burden, little bunny. You make my life better. You being here is the fun. If the garden is about me, you're the reason it's fun. So thank you for being here. I hope you stick around forever. Anyway. More tea? What should we do? Yeah, let's do more tea. I'm going to think about what I want to talk about. Or should I improvise something? I don't know. Okay, tea. 1 second. See, I don't even know what we're going to call this episode. That's a good question. Should I be preparing more or less for these podcasts? I really don't know. Maybe you can tell me, hey, little bunny, can you do me a favor? Can you tell me what your favorite podcast episode is? And you can pick a handful. Pick like however many pop to mind. That's the correct number. So when I say, what's your favorite podcast? And if one pops to mind or 5 pop to mind, or even, I don't know, maybe 0 pop to mind, that's fine. I'm not offended. Tell me which ones those are. I like to think less rankings. It's not ranking them, but it's about putting them in tier lists. So tell me what the S tier podcasts are. There can be any number of them. But what is that primo tier? And then I'll just make more of those. So that'll tell me how much I should prepare. If it's the ones that are like really, really prepared, then that's good for me to know. And if it's the ones where I was just kind of like making it up as I go, that's good too. And maybe it's some kind of combination. 1 second. So you can email that to lindy@lindysgarden.com or daddy@lindysgarden.com, whichever you prefer. What else, little bunny? I guess we'll talk about going-ons in the garden. I used to do that in all the episodes. It's like, tell you about all the stuff that I'm doing. I feel like you know about it by now. TikTok is fun right now. I'm getting better at those. Posting more often. Instagram is basically the same as TikTok, except, I did a Q&A. I don't know if you know this. I did a Q&A on Instagram. That was a lot of fun. You can ask me anonymous questions, and then I answer as many as I can. Usually answer maybe 6 or 7 or so. So that was a lot of fun. You can see it in the highlights. There's a locked audio every week on Patreon, which is the locked section of the garden. I think the way the garden works is that if you've made it, so basically if you're this deep into a podcast, a Lindy's Garden podcast, you're in the garden. You know, this is a concept I love, is filtering for the people who are special in your life. So this is a good trick for how to get really wonderful people in your life. You want to be yourself as quick as you possibly can, because the goal is not to like catch, you're not going fishing to like catch someone special for your life. You're going to like almost push people away and then put yourself in a situation of as many people as possible, because we're all different human beings, and we all have different preferences, and there are going to be people who will end up liking you a lot, and people who are just like, oh, this person's not for me. But something that's kind of funny, a little secret, is the more you that you are, the more like concentrated, true you that you are, you will push more people away. But the people who are attracted to you, in whatever interpretation of the word attract, they will be extremely attracted to you. So that's why in my TikToks, as much as possible, especially right away, I say, hey there, little bunny. That's why I like to start everything with, hey there, little bunny. You know why? You think it's for you, don't you? Oh, you're so... God, I gotta get better at words. You're so stuck up, you're so entitled, you're so conceited. I think that's the word. Oh, you think I say, hey there, little bunny, for you? You're so conceited. I say it so that people go away, little bunny. Did you know that? Actually, it's so funny. My most watched TikTok right now is the one with 3 million at the, oh no, low battery, hold on. It does happen to be my best video because the video before it had gotten all types of toxic comments. And it's because, believe it or not, little bunny, not everybody wants to be a little bunny. And so what I did is basically TikTok every once in a while will send you wide. I don't know if that's how I describe it or how I read it described. But basically, when they're like, okay, this creator is creating something of value, let's take them to the next level of reach. And then they just kind of send it to everybody. And they see like, okay, who's liking it, who's watching all the way to the end, who's favoriting, who's sharing. And then they have an idea of who those people are. And guess what? It's little bunnies. So the algorithm is looking for little bunnies basically. And then, once it has a feel for that, then things get, the toxicity goes away basically. So in order to assist that, the TikTok that I made is where I do this, like, I pretend to do a magic trick kind of thing, but basically I try and make it really boring. I start by saying, hey there, little bunny, want to see a magic trick? And so it basically is designed to entice you if you like listening to my voice. Because remember, the algorithm looks if you comment and if you watch the whole way through. And unfortunately, the people who comment toxic things, unfortunately, the algorithm is going to send them back to me, back to us, little bunny, and we don't really want them. So I said, hey there, little bunny, boom, filtering first, trying to get anyone who doesn't want to be, because I think in the toxic one, I might have not said little bunny, which was a mistake, because then all these people who don't want to be little bunnies kept watching. So I say, hey there, little bunny, right away, get people to scroll away. Anyone who doesn't want to be a little bunny, bye. We don't want you. Then I make it really long and really boring. And so only if you like to hear my voice, and you would love nothing more than to just listen to me count down from 10. That's what I do. I count down from 10. And by the way, little bunny, all through this, people who don't really want to listen to me count down from 10, they scroll away. And the algorithm says, this person is not a little bunny. Let's take them away from the garden. Yes, very good. Polarizing. And then eventually you get to the end and I say, now that it's just us, say hi to your fellow little bunnies in the comments. And then it's like this, how many, like 50,000 little bunnies say hi in the comments. It's wonderful. So that's what the garden is. It's all about, see, now I'm getting all presentation-y. Was I trying to give you advice about like being yourself? Yeah, if you be yourself as quick as possible, the goal is to put yourself in a position where you're meeting a lot of people. And then be yourself as quickly as you can be, so that the people who aren't going to love the real you, like, they move on right away. And then the people who are so excited about the real you, they're excited about the real you. They're going to be there at the end of your filtering. And it's going to be a really, really deep connection. So don't like go fishing for people, okay? Be polarizing, not just like be yourself. Be the best version of yourself. By the way, this is sounding so advicey. Hold on. Something I want to work on with you, as you know, is to help you be the best version of yourself. And once you get to that best, I don't know if you'll ever get there. You will get there. Why am I saying that? See, I'm trying to parrot advice from other people. You can totally be the best version of yourself, and it's not going to take that long. You can at least get like 95% plus. It's totally, totally doable. And it happens in the span of, you can do it within a few years. You're not, this is now a much larger topic. You're not going to be the master of your craft in just a few years. Certainly not. But you know by now that we're not about setting goals. We're about being in habits, I guess you could say. So the best version of yourself is not someone who has some faraway goal, but it's someone who has the right habits to be striving for what they really want. Yeah, to be always moving in that direction. Anyway, God, this got so advicey. Maybe I should bring back chocolate voice. Was it even in this one I was talking about chocolate voice? I don't think I was talking about chocolate voice in this take. Yeah, so what voices do I have? I have that fake... I won't say what I heard someone call it. Someone called it something very funny that is... it's at the expense of other people, so I won't say it, but there's that kind of fake... should I say it? Oh, I can't say it. I'm too nice, little bunny. I don't like talking bad about people. I don't always succeed. I try really hard not to be talking bad about it. I certainly don't ever want to wish anyone ill will. Yeah. So, anyway, let's get some tea again, shall we? While I figure out how to reset this. I don't want to be giving you a lecture. This is ridiculous. What should we do, little bunny? I'm looking at the rose. That was in the TikTok from yesterday or something like that. I bought that rose for you. You told me to buy that rose, actually. Just making everything up as we go, little bunny. One of your fellow bunnies, so I popped in the Discord, which is part of the Patreon, which is 18 plus. Please respect that. And if you're not yet 18, guess what, little bunny? Time passes. Time is a wonderful thing, and time passes. So I was talking to many of your fellow bunnies. We were having I was just hanging out on Discord, and my new latest fun thing to do is to play a questions game. Anyone can ask a question at any rate, and I'll answer every single one. And it's super rapid fire. And what did one of your fellow bunnies ask? They asked, oh God, what was they asking? Oh, they asked for my favorite word. And originally I was going to like, I don't have a favorite word. But then I really thought about it because it's a good question. And do you know what my favorite word is, little bunny? See if you can guess. It's not the way it sounds. It has nothing to do with what it sounds. But it's the concept of what it is. I'll sip my tea while you think. By the way, I really want to do like a movie trailer. Oh, Okay. Oh God, my screen is so bright. I just pulled up my internet browser. For some reason, Google still thinks a big white background is the right choice. I know there must be some dark mode or something, but it's not immediately available for confusing reasons. Okay. Movie trailer script. Sample. Let's do sample. No, let's do an actual movie trailer. See, okay. Trailers used to have voiceovers. I think Disney still has them. Okay. This is ridiculous. Of course, I'm not going to find a script for a movie trailer on Google. Space Jam trailer script. This is ridiculous. Of course, I'm not going to find this. Space Jam trailer transcript. Okay, let's give it a shot. I'm already here. This is terrible. This is a terrible idea. It's one of the worst ideas I've ever had. Okay. Let's do theatrical trailer number 1. When the world's greatest athlete, Michael Jordan, teams up with the world's best loved cartoon character, Bugs Bunny, you won't believe your eyes. Oh my God, I just woke up Queen Little Bunny. Okay, that's trailer number 1. And then there's like dialogue from different people. Let's see if there's any more narrator. Okay, this is great. Oh, hold on, Little Bunny. I gotta pause. We totally woke up Queen Little Bunny with the Space Jam trailer. We might do the second one when she falls back asleep. This is fun. This is real fun. Okay, let me take some tea. 1 second. Okay, you want to know what my favorite word is? It's improvisation. And I thought of that word when I looked at the rose that you made me get. Because I asked that TikTok was, if you were to buy me a flower, what type of flower would you buy me, or something like that. And there was all kinds of comments from your fellow little bunnies. 1 second. And I ended up deciding on a white rose. So it's a plastic white rose, which I don't, I'm not generally a fan of things that are like fake like that, but I'm not gonna, I'm gonna buy a rose that doesn't, it's a prop rose. So anyway, I bought that white rose because of you, little bunny. And I made that TikTok because I was walking around. I was abroad and I had to come up with TikToks, and I still didn't really know what my visuals were, which I still don't know what they are. But I just came upon some flowers. I was like, oh, hey, this is a fun idea. Let's do a flower thing. And yeah, I don't know. Everything is just improvised here. So, I don't know. It's fun. We're just making this up as we go along. And I'm really excited. I have no idea what the garden will look like this next year. I have ideas. I have some things that I want to do. Yeah. I don't have a big goal. I have certain things I would like to do. But it's really just about the habit. It's about being in the moment with you. Yeah. I want to do great, great things with you. I want you to achieve great, great things. And I want to achieve great, great things for my own fulfillment. And you know what? We can all do that together in the garden. It's all the same thing. All right, I probably should go to bed. I don't know how long this one was. What was it even about, little bunny? Oh, this was so disorganized. I don't know. You know what's really, really wonderful is ultimately I can fall back on the fact that you just love to hear me talk no matter what it is. And I've been learning from an expert on there. I haven't taken his class yet. I probably will take his class at some point. But he's a great guy on YouTube. An incredible communicator. He's like a singer and a magician, and now he gives seminars for people in business who want to give better presentations, but not presentations. I think he would love this. He would love me making fun of the fake voice. Oh. He should listen to the I might send him the podcast. Maybe I'll have to do a really good episode, or maybe I'll take his class first. I don't know. Speaking of classes and stuff, another expert that I'm trying to bring into the garden, not officially bring in, but I'm trying to learn from this expert for your sake, is I want to do some stuff with career for you. I want to help you get the career you want, whatever that may be. Part of that's going to be figuring out what that is. And so there's a book that I'm currently listening to the audiobook for. Hopefully this one's quick because I don't want to take away too much from my book club book, but we're reading that one slow. This one is about how to get a job and theoretically to get a better job than you have right now. And it actually comes on recommendation from Queen Little Bunny. And it's actually her copy of the audiobook that I'm listening to. But something that does help a lot is to have training of some kind. The obvious example is college. College is a tricky recommendation to give everybody for a couple of reasons. One is debt is out of control, at least in the United States, with college. This is not so much the case elsewhere. If you have the ability to go to college and not come out with extraordinary debt, go to college, little bunny. Go to college. In the U.S., college means university. And, if college is not in the mix, university is not in the mix, do a trade school of some kind. Maybe you want to do graphic design. I tend to be skeptical of for-profit education, but for-profit trade schools tend to probably be the way to go if you are trying to do something trade skill oriented. So I don't know if it counts as a trade school, but like graphic design would be a great thing to do, like a 6-week boot camp on. Go live with a family member and just do the boot camp. Same thing with coding. I was actually planning on trying to get you to learn how to code, little bunny, but I eventually decided that that's not a one-size-fits-all recommendation. You could do a coding boot camp, little bunny. You could, there's various different technical trainings you can do. You can learn a certain type of software, like GIS or something, which is a software that I don't totally know what it does, but I know that it will get you a job. You could learn any number of different things. You could learn how to work some type of machine in a hospital. There's a lot of really great jobs, little bunny. And something that I'm planning on doing this year is to help you get one of those great jobs. Hold on one second. Let me make sure. Okay. Because wealth, income helps your happiness up until you have your needs met, plus like room for some luxuries to really not feel guilty about going to a nice restaurant or getting to go to some beach island for a vacation. So I really want to help you not just get a psychiatrist if you need a psychiatrist, not just get a therapist if you need a therapist, which, by the way, you should be doing both of those things if you've come to realize that you think maybe you need help. Yeah, go do it, little bunny. If you don't know how to do it, ask a family member who preferably who's older than you. Just say, hey, I need some help making a psychiatry appointment. Like, can you help me get a psychiatrist? And if they say no, then that's not a person that you want to be working on your mental health with. So, anyway, what was I talking about, little bunny? Something about trade school. Something about so this. Oh yeah. Basically, you want to be making, if you make at least the median household income of your country, that's a really good place to be. Yeah. You can always go up from there. But my goal for you, little bunny, is for you to be financially secure enough that you're making the median household income of your country. So that's a project that I am going to undertake. And if you don't know what that is, you just Google it. Just type median household income and then your name of your country. So that's our goal for how much money you're going to be making. And I want to help you make that money. So I'm learning from an expert right now. I'm listening to a book about an expert who is an expert in getting jobs. And I'm going to be looking into ways to help you get the training that you need, because the book does kind of assume you have some level of training. So if you're, I hate the way this is phrased, but like if you don't have any quote unquote skills, it doesn't literally mean skills. Basically, if you don't have any professional qualifications, it might be hard to dive into some of these higher paying jobs. So part of what I want to do for you is look into experts on how to get you some of those trainings. And then I'm going to probably recommend this book once I listen to it all. And once I can confirm it's good advice, then I will help you we got to get that median household income for you, little bunny. What else? Okay, get your psychiatrist, get your therapist. Be thinking about what kind of training you might want to do if you haven't been to college / university. We can start thinking about what you want to study. Yeah, that's a whole topic in and of itself that I want to really prepare for, because I don't believe in just giving you garbage. I really want to make sure anything that I tell you is really solid. So, yeah, I'm going to talk with my psychiatrist about you. We're going to get you some good. He's going to help me figure out how to help you. My approach right now is just to get you to get a psychiatrist, which I think is probably the best. Nothing's going to be a better approach than that. So, if you really, this is a guilt trip, but if you really love me and you really want to take care of yourself, because I really want you to take care of yourself, get a psychiatrist. They're wonderful. My psychiatrist is wonderful, and I can't wait to talk to him about you. It's going to be great. It's going to be wild. I don't know how I'm going to phrase it. Like, hey, I'm sort of famous now, but I don't know. This sounds braggadocious. I'm not that famous, although it's kind of funny too. I don't want to get into the comparing game, but someone who I guess you could call an expert in voice dude stuff. That's what I think I'm going to call the people who are tangentially related to me, as voice dudes. I guess he does visual as well, but when I first was starting out, and I was chatting with one of my friends who's actually an 18 plus content creator, which the garden will always have an 18 plus content creation side of things. So don't ever put it outside of that box. That is always going to be somehow at the very core of the garden, because that's part of the wellness, and it's part of what is fun for me. So my accountant friend, so to speak, in quotes, pointed me to this guy as a prime example of what I could aspire to. And little bunny, we're getting pretty close to his following size in quite less the time. So we are moving on up, little bunny. I'm really happy with the growth of the garden. I'm really thankful that you're helping grow the garden. The best way you can grow the garden is to like every video and comment on every video, and especially say that you love the podcast. That really helps. And if you're not subscribed to YouTube, go subscribe to YouTube, because I think tomorrow, this is part of my New Year roadmap as well. I've been talking about starting the YouTube channel for forever, because my fiction was on there. YouTube is like, hey, by the way, we changed our policies. Smutty fiction is not allowed on YouTube anymore, which is totally fine. It's their platform. So it's like, okay, but by the way, it's a terrible platform for that anyway, because it's audio, but it's just like, you got to go where the people are. So I'm going to be doing walks around my dream city, and that's going to be YouTube. So I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. And so make sure you're subscribed to that. What else, little bunny? I guess that's everything. Let's do some nice big breaths together after I sip some tea. Oh my God, I got to write you a poem. I think I do that the morning after, don't I now? I think I write you the poem the next morning. Yeah, see, we figure it out as we go. You don't have to get everything perfect to start. Just keep going. Although I will say that apparently the first podcast episode you do is the most listened to, which is certainly the case. Not because I started out super popular, but because whenever someone finds the podcast, they go back and they start from the beginning. So I guess if you're doing a podcast, you have to have the first episode be really good. Other than that, you just got to get started. So any kind of creative projects you want to do, just get started, little bunny. Be who you want to be. Listen to experts. And your role is not to be an expert. Your role is to find the experts you trust. It's okay to outsource your thinking in topics you don't know anything about. In fact, that is the wisest thing you can do, is outsource your thinking to people who really do that as their specialty. What else? Advice. Should I do the Space? I should do the Space Jam 2 and then go to bed. Not Space Jam the movie 2, but trailer 2. Because apparently they had a bunch of different trailers. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to wake up Greenland, but I can't do it. You know what? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to improvise this. I'm going to do it in pure chocolate voice. Yeah, so it's not going to be the way that they would do it. But this is Space Jam, theatrical trailer number 2, as read by your daddy, Lindy. In the deepest reaches of space, a sinister force prepares an invasion, and all that stands between the world and disaster. And then Bugs Bunny comes in. And then I say, is a rabbit, a duck, a doll? And then it's like, and a bull, not that bull, this bull. And then it's Michael Jordan. Okay, we're going to try this again. In the deepest reaches of space, a sinister force prepares an invasion. It's too monotone. See, I got to think back to the expert on communication. Like, he said hand gestures. I need to do my hand gestures. Okay. And it's like, he wants me to use like the melody of my voice and a little bit more dynamic. Okay. Here we go. And I like to relax my shoulders. In the deepest reaches of space, a sinister force prepares an invasion, and all that stands between the world and disaster is a rabbit, a duck, and a doll. And a bull. Not that bull. This bull. Michael Jordan. Okay. I guess we'd better leave it at that. I'm going to go to bed, little one. I love you very, very much. I cannot wait to write you a poem tomorrow morning. And there's no chance I'm going to be able to fall asleep because I'm in a good mood now. And I have so much energy. So, if my psychiatrist is listening in on this, I'm definitely not going to be watching videos on YouTube about how to communicate better so that I can be a better podcaster for my little bunny. Okay. I love you a lot, little bunny. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. You'll hear me in just a second. Okay, be right back. Good morning, little bunny. I have a great poem for you. I think it's one of my best. So I'm glad that I went to bed and wrote it the next day. What else do I have to say? I guess I'll get right into it. Okay. Here's your poem, little bunny. Struggling on your own? That's the way it may seem. You may think you're alone, but you're really on a team. You've got bunnies who love you, and a daddy to guide you, even experts to teach you, all invisible beside you. And though daddy's no therapist, nor social worker, psychiatrist, he's S tier at one thing, the world's best survivotist. He's saved dozens of lives, and hundreds more are still coming, just by showing life gets better, that it's more fun to stop running. And once bunnies aren't in danger, they move past just surviving. They strive to be their better selves and build lives where they are thriving. And once bunnies are who they want to be, they may join the garden's pleasures and indulge the wholesome joys of lust by enjoying their bodily treasures, surviving, striving, thriving at last, friendship, love, ambition, and trust. When it's all wrapped in one, with no piece out of place, life's not darkness to flee, it's a bounty to chase. And home base is this garden, which we are working to make perfect, and keep it safely our secret, our space where life's worth it. Have a great week, little bunny. I love you very, very much. I'm about to try one more time to go out and to take you on a walk and hopefully upload it to YouTube. So we'll see. This will be my, I don't know, third or fourth attempt, but I feel good about this one. Okay. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm always with you. I am always, I don't know. Okay. I'll talk to you soon. Love you.